so wrong about that. And CC on top of it all. What a comp.
I mean, like, here's the thing with the Bellman being banned, even in the back of my mind, I'm like, I'm not gonna call this, right? I have no idea what meta they're gonna pick up here. As well as CC, there's really not a lot of tanks here, Gideon, so this Hardy should have a pretty good time. So they pick up the Moskov here, which I'm pretty okay with, considering there's a lot of heroes that want to chase this Moskov. Do I want the Martis to be good or not?
I don't know.
Because usually when something is good, that affects our ranking.
It does. But I've been suspecting that Martis has been, like, you know, hovering around the meta, especially since it's one of the few heroes that has natural access to a pretty normal anti-CC. And I think that's going to be how this game needs to be played. Like, they need to make sure that the early game is consistently good for them. Once he gets the executes and takes that snowball and runs away with the lead, it's going to be a lot harder to kind of find these bigger setups. But Martis has to be careful. As soon as his anti-CC is gone, expect an instant response from the opposite end. So get excited for this game. Our last series of the day. I want to see whether or not this is going to be what we're hoping for the Mongols, or are we going to see an up and rising team that might join us during the internationals?
Yeah, but I gotta say, seeing this Martis, that's the OG, I get 2 kills, I win kind of hero. We haven't seen that for a while. And now we're even seeing this Selena making it so that this Martis gets online very, very quickly. I gotta say, that besides, like, Rune Eaters, whatever they're doing here, it makes a lot of sense on paper. I just don't know how it looks like execution wise. Like, CC wins lane against the Barat, Melissa is just good overall, and then the Selena just like hyper farming King Gavert to get his items. Now Ox taking a bit of damage, but it should be fine.
It should be fine, but for the most part, it's all about getting that priority. And immediately, Little Wanderer is going to get contested over as the teams need to just bail out. I don't see this early game, you know, going in the Mongols' favor just yet. But at the same time, we've seen many different opportunities.
Oh, and now Selena as well doing quite a lot of damage. Out still survives though, so able to get out no problem. Can't say the same for Mumu. Mumu taking quite a lot of, you know, damage from Zuki.
It's going to be a tough one.
Am I saying that right? Zuki.
No, look, I'm going to be trying as best as you can to not butcher these names, and I know for a fact that that's not going to happen. But for now, at least when it comes down to the laning phase, things have been like rather okay, right? No early deaths at this point in time. Now Melissa in some trouble.
Well, not much Melissa can do. Zixora gets that kill. Oh no! Riz 4T survives that one. Is Zixora gonna try again? Yes, he does. First blood. And now, a bit late, but Tash Tick is there. Observer! Look at the gold lane!
It's fine, it's fine. They don't want to watch a massacre. They don't want to watch a massacre. You know what? Cut back to the massacre.
Well, the turtle has been started up. Ox as well as Mikey tries to do something here. Looks like Mikey should be able to get out of there, no problem. He does have the Martis ult though. This is such a zoomed in perspective. Oh, and Olvin gets a kill onto Zixora. How? Well, your guess is as good as mine.
Yep, your guess is as good as mine as well, man. I mean, the chase down is still going to probably happen at this stage of the game, but the score is only 1-2, and yet, oh boy, moments like that always make it scary.
Yep. Although I do have to say I like a good horror movie, so.
Do you actually
should secure that? Yeah, he secured it. All right, good. Well, you know what, Gideon? I'm glad that you're my friend, man.
Hey, man. Hey, man. We're gonna make it through this. We're gonna make it through this, right? Every good horror movie always has its traditional tropes, but I think what we need to figure out is who exactly is the killer. Let's turn this into a mystery. They now engage.
Well, Atlas gets one good ult. Ulvin gets ults, and now King Bird gets Makey. Double kill. Now, will he get Zixora? Zixora is in the middle of everyone. Triple kill for the Martis. And now he gets a Sky Piercer.
It's always like that. Once you get
like
that kill, it's like, oh, now I have enough money for the Sky Piercer. It's sad, but it's always the truth. But instantaneously, at least based on what we're seeing from the Rune Eaters, they are aggressive, right? Some pretty good fights so far in the early game, going exactly like how we were hoping for it. The Selena's doing some really good work to give that information that they're looking for, but at the end of the day, it's kind of on this Martis to play this near pixel perfect.
Yeah. I'm glad that they're playing aggressive because, you know, that's kind of like what the comp is designed to do. The fact that Martez is 3-0-0 and, you know, he was the OG, I get 2 kills, I win. Now they're at a very good spot of the game.
Very good spot.
They just don't screw it up.
Well,
how hard can that be?
Well, I don't know, because Martis only has 2 charges of that anti-CC here, and if Barats just times it well, he can maybe force out 1 or 2. There's also, you know, the Terrified from Valentina that they have to worry about.
Well, right now it looks like they're able to get the Belleric. Belleric's gonna die there, and Kingberg gets another kill. Might be his first stack of the Sky Piercer, because I don't know whether it was delayed or whatever, but now K looks like Tastic tries to get onto him. K still survived. Tastic gets taken down by K. And Kingberg secures the turtle. Chat, if I call Tastic something else, I will apologize. All right, these names, it can be translated to something else.
Yeah, I mean, hey, you know, languages are a complicated thing. I'm sure Chad would understand.
I'm trying not to say R.
Hey,
I'm trying not to say R.
It's all good. It's all good. I'm trying not to say that as well. But at the same time, now I'm down by the bot side instantly with their gank of their own. Looking to try and get the steal, but luckily the Vengeance is still available. They might find another opportunity.
Well, right now, Raptor Riot use, and even using the Atlas ult to bring them in. And then he brings it back out. Makey gets taken down, unstoppable by Kingberg. And all the while, Ulvin was able to get a kill onto Ox. Right now, the Mongols, they're not in a good spot here. Riz4T tries to get a kill onto K. Tastic is there, secures the kill. Nope, give it over to Martis. What a good tank.
Well, great tank. 10-3 is the current score so far, and the Rune Eaters have really dictated the pace of the early game. If they keep this up, they should be able to net themselves some good tier 1s, and once that mid goes down, the insta invades. And arguably, I think even right now, with their Selena, they can make these invades actually happen.
Yeah. Looking at the gold difference as well, this is like around 3,000 plus, and now extended even more. They got the top lane. Oh, Gideon! I didn't thought the Mongols would struggle this hard against the Rune Eaters.
I would agree the same, but at the same time, it's Martis plus the Solina plus an Atlas, right? A composition that is designed not only to shut you down and run you down the lane, but better yet, has some great threat just because of the way that they can set.
Damn. This is the kind of drive that you pull when you're tilted in rank.
It's a dog.
And you just well, we'll see, because right now it looks like one member of Mongols is caught, and that's Mumu. Mumu has to use the Daytona's welcome just to run away, just to live another day. Ox uses the ult, but gets onto 2, but really doesn't matter. And now Mumu has to use the flicker as well. So many things have been used by the Mongols, and nothing has happened just yet. But look at that, Makey. Yes, Kingberg. Can Kingberg die? Yes, shut down. Zixora gets that kill. Now the Mongols, they are in a position where they can fight back. But Mumu is incredibly low. Dookie, move forward, get the kill. He does. And now it looks like Tastic has to die, but that's the life of a roamer. But K is there, tries to get onto Oven. Oven right now, no more mana. Looks like he's able to get away. Will they still fight? Oh, they might still be fighting, but I'm gonna call it here.
Yeah, now they're still gonna dance around this for a little bit, but the real question is whether CC can actually pull enough attention, and they might actually here as they jump right in and zone some off.
Zixora was able to get the turtle. For now, it looks like everything is doing good, but as you, Gideon, were expecting that there's a lot of crowd control. So, well, Zuki died. Either way, there's a lot of crowd control. So Kingberg has to be careful.
I'm not gonna lie, I'm so glad you're doing play-by-play right now, because this is difficult. This is particularly difficult for the Mongols to handle with the amount of pressure that they have and the amount of catches. Oh, great trade here so far. It's Melissa just struggling to breathe.
Yep. You know what Selena was trying to do. Kingberg, will you try to go for it? Right? Anti-CC gets poop ping. Zixora is there with the deadly magic. Boom, boom, die. That's what happened.
Just another trade after trade after trade. This has to be like one of the higher like kill heavy games, right? It's 19 kills already this early on. We're already seeing plenty of turrets have gone down at this stage of the game. And so far, I mean, it feels like Rune Eaters aren't wasting a moment. Well, there are times they make an overly overzealous rotation and get caught, but you know, that's to be expected when you're playing against the Mongols, right? They're looking for these smaller mistakes overall when players start to go to that autopilot mode, and when they do, they're there to punish.
Yeah, and I haven't seen this in a while, but hold on, Zixora gets caught. Looks like might get taken down here by Riz4T. Zexora can't do much here, and now the Daytona's Welcome is charged. Does not hit onto anyone. Tashtik tries to get away, and now the Melissa is able to deal damage on 3 members of the Mongols. Not enough damage just yet to really threaten them. But now comes King Verb, as well as Vuki. Mumu gets pulled back. Takes a lot of damage. Gets taken down by King Verb. But now, looks like Makey able to get 2 over the wall. 3 actually over the wall. King Verb able to get away, but Ulvin secures a kill. And now taunted is the Melissa. Still gonna survive. Not a lot of damage dealt onto Melissa. So with that, Rune Eaters are back in control of the game.
Yep. How long is the question, and how long can they maintain this type of pressure? Because we've seen many teams before. Yes, they get an amazing lead, and then all of a sudden, one bad fight when they're trying to close out the game, and they really start to struggle. At this stage, now that they at least have access to the Lord, I want to see how much damage they can actually apply onto the Mongols, because their composition is not great on the defense.
Well, look at this. King Verb is taking way too much damage here. Not enough healing. And Zexora could actually steal this away. No, King Verb still secures it, but... Oh, never mind. I thought Ox would be able to do something, but it's like, no. Tashtik gets 2 here. Will he use the ult? Mumu gets caught. Mumu gets taken down. Double kill for King Verb. And K as well as Makey. Tries to push Zuki away, but all the while, Ulvin gets a kill onto Zexora. K is doing his darnest just to carry the Mongols. They're making it a bit hard for him.
I think they're making it more than hard at this stage. After all the battles that have happened so far, at least the Mongols refuse to back down and will take what they can get. The Lord is already on its way from that bottom side. Now that the Rune Eaters have been a little staggered, it's going to be harder to actually net themselves what they were looking for.
Well, you know what? In a 1v2, you're able to kill one of them. That's pretty good coming in from Riz4T. 18 kills to 12 in 10 minutes. Yes, Gideon, I feel like this might be the highest kill count so far in our series. At least the one we've casted.
Yep.
Although I feel like even the ones Wolf and Rimmer casted, I feel like this is the highest one for sure.
It's gotta be. And I think it's only gonna go up from here. Both sides refuse to give up ground. Both sides refuse to kind of fall back. And I think that as long as they keep on playing this way, it's just going to get worse and worse for the Mongols. But this is dependent, highly dependent on whether or not they can actually find the pick that they're looking for. And this Melissa is just such a good secondary win condition when Omardis needs to fall back. He is looking to get right into the get away from me to buy that little bit of time.
Yep. Right now, the Mongols, honestly, they're struggling just because it seems like they're not entirely in sync of protecting each other, because it looks like they're zoning, right? I feel like Ox is zoning people away. Unfortunately, Mumu has just been zoned out. Oh, hold on. They're able to get Ox. I think Ox is in a position. Oh, hold on. Where did the barrage come from? Now he's able to stun onto 2. K is trying to deal damage onto the Atlas. But look at this Melissa. Melissa is attacking everyone from afar. Mumu might get taken down right now. K goes in. 4 members still alive. Ox able to stun 2, but K gets a kill. And now Riz4T tries to get away, unable to. K on this Moskov is more than a monster. He's monster +1. Oh, never mind. He gets caught. Oh, will he die here? Oh, geez, my bad.
You cursed him at the end there. You cursed us right at the end, and now it's 20-17. But the Mongols are still here on the advantage. They don't crack open mid-tier 2, unfortunately, but they got exactly what they were looking for, right? LaFell, tell us where exactly how much of a gold lead do they have right now? It's 20-17 at this stage, and I can see that a majority of it is currently on their Moskov, and he's got full items at this stage.
Yeah. Honestly, there's not much of a difference, like 500 gold difference, but I'm proud that I got my first play-by-play cast curse, because all this while it's just like as analyst or color. Either ways, right now in terms of the gold difference, it's quite even, but we can definitely see that it's even because of Moskov. Moskov is carrying more than 1,000 gold ahead compared to his counterpart, but I think in about maybe 3 minutes, it won't matter that much, considering that K will be full items. It's really on Mumu as well as Ox. I feel like they just need their front line to be a bit more beefier to be able to deal with this Melissa.
Yeah, let's see how this is going to play out, because now this is going to be a really important Lord dance, and we can see the top side immediately for the Mongols. They're trying to set things up. They want to make sure that everything is in place to try to get a 50-50 fight.
Mickey does have the oh, Ox just used his ult, able to get 3, but King Verb still secures the Lord here. Makey able to pull in 2. Zexora gets taken down by Tashtik, and now K trying to get his team on the board. getting a few kills here. It looks like Team Rune Eaters is a bit split right now. Moscow with the trying to get onto Riz4T. Unfortunately, just not enough damage. Sorry, the screen was pretty pixelated. Not sure what happened there.
Don't worry, it's been like that the entire time for me. But now, 22-19 so far, it's still in pretty good odds. Like, considering everything that has happened in the early game, at least the Mongols were able to kind of turn a lot of these fights around and stagger them, because now they are in the later half of the game. Now, this Valentina does some very relevant damage to the Martis too.
Well, going on here, Hassie. Internal welcome just to run with K, able to dodge that one out, but gets stunned up. Makey doing his darnest, using the Fatal Links just to help his team out, and now K almost takes down Riz4T, gets it. Momo secures the kill. Unfortunately, the SOD didn't hit, but now Alt flickers forward, ult onto 2. King Verb tries to get away, still CC immune, but still should die to Zexora. Zexora secures the kill. Now it's just Zuki. Zuki's still there, and Atlas. Tashti's just waiting on the side. Just noticed he was there, not entirely sure what his plan is. Looks like he's trying to flank. He still has the Fatal Links. He's gonna get eaten. Push down, Tashtik. Zero survives. Zexora tries to get a kill onto Tashtik.
Yeah, they're still trying their best here. They're still trying their best, but they managed to at least get one tank out of the way. They might just lose an inhibitor for this, and they looks like with the next minion wave coming through, especially when they're lowered and powered, it's just hard to stop. So that's a free inhibitor up on top side, as Mongols have been so deep in this fight and so eager to find some way to close out this game early on with a wipeout that now a lot of the basics and fundamentals are slipping through their fingers. Not to mention, at the bare minimum, it's not on the long lane. Yeah, it's not on the long lane.
Yeah. I hope Momo gets a situation where he doesn't have to face Zuki anymore. Looking at the items, he is a pretty poor Barats here, only having 2 completed items, and it looks like he wants to go for a Garden Helm. Not entirely sure whether that's the correct call or not, considering that the CC is able to deal damage towards your HP. Same with the Demon Hunter Sword. I feel like it would have been better just to complete, I don't know, one magic resist item and then see how.
I'm really challenging myself here. I'm short-sighted, but my glasses are just not working right now. As we see the Rune Eaters again, we're looking for that big turnaround fight, but unfortunately, all their damage dealers keep dying before we actually see the big turnaround here from the Atlas's Fatal Links. And I mean, I gotta give it, the Detonus welcome here. That's just a great ability that has been not only denied but also finding the picks in the first place.
Yeah, for now, it does seem like Riz4T does have a bit of a problem to deal out free damage. Because when it looks like the items looks pretty standard for now, so nothing wrong with the build. The Mongols now starting up the Lord, able to eat one, gets King Verb gets taken down, gets haunted by everything. He gets killed, but now K is in a very dangerous spot. But he's only going up against Tashtik. No one else is going on to K. But look at Selena. Ovin gets K. Ovin might get traded here, but he is completely fine with that. Riz4T is still free. Zexora gets the Deadly Magic onto Tashtik, but now Riz4T is there. So no longer will Zexora be able to fight this one.
Yeah, but now they finally back away. A 2-for-3 trade in favor of the Mongols. They are just winning these later fights ever so slightly, and the Rune Eaters have completely missed their window, but they are trading back and forth constantly. They still have their insurance policy in this Melissa, but every time we get into these fights, and especially since Martis is a very one-dimensional hero, you can either push them forward or use it as an escape tool, and so far the Mongols have really taken advantage of that.
Yeah, for sure. Right now, Deadly Magic again onto Tashtik. Roughly about half HP, but again, Tashtik should be fine there. Looks like the Rune Eaters want to try to finish up this Lord. Zexora tries to come in, gets pulled in by the Fatal Links, Immortality used. Riz4T secures the Lord for Rune Eaters, and King Verb kills Zexora. Right now, it does not look good for the Mongols, because as of now, only K has been able to really deal with the Rune Eaters. Everyone else is clearly struggling.
They are trying to breathe. That's all they need to do. But at the very least, they found the pick that they were looking for, and they've got Lord on their side. This is a pretty good scenario for Rune Eaters. The best you could probably get in these types of scenarios, unless something happens right here, right now.
Yep. Right now, looks like Ovin still trying to catch someone with the arrows. And King Verb takes way too much damage from Mickey as well as K. Right now, the Lord is here up top. And a good Fatal Links catches two. Tashtik tries to pull someone in again. Ox looks like we'll be the first to get taken down. King Verb takes down Mumu. But now the Lord goes on to the mid, not getting onto the Crystal. K is trying his best, but not enough. 31 kills to 25. Rune Eaters takes game one.
Whoa, can't believe Rune Eaters, at the very least, when you thought Mongols were about to come back,